Hi, I'm Christine of Christine's Crafts, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make these super cute DIY pocket notebooks. Whatever you want one for, these are ideal. There is something special about making your own. You can make them from card or this fabric paper, which is a video coming up that will show you how to make that. And let's get started. All you need is something for your cover. In this case I'm going to do a cardboard one, but it could be the fabric paper. And you can have that as thick or as thin as you like. It's up to you how rigid you want your notebook. And here's some of that fabric paper. So there's a video on the screen now that you can click at the top and you can find a video to make your own fabric paper. And you're going to want some paper to go in your notebook, and that's up to you. You can use just ordinary pads, A4 letter pads that you'd normally do your notes at school on, or you could use some plain paper from your printer or sketch pad, and you're going to want some thread and a needle to just sew your pocket notebook together. I'm using embroidery thread, but you could just use some string or a strong cotton. So your cover is where we start. You're going to decide on the size of your notebook. And however wide you want your notebook to be, you're going to cut your card twice as wide. So I'm going to leave mine. That's perfectly okay for me. And then decide how tall you want your notebook, and that's the height you're going to cut your card or whatever you're using. I'll keep referring to it as card. So I'm going to make this one 5 inches tall, so I'm just going to mark it at 5 inches. Now, if you've got all the equipment, you've got your rotary cutter and your mat and everything, this is probably a lot easier and a lot quicker. But I like to show you with really basic tools, then everyone can make them. So you're just going to mark that and cut it out so that you've got a cover. It's that simple. Just be nice and accurate so you get a nice tidy job. And then fold your cover in half. I do it just by matching up the edges, and then you want a nice clean crisp fold. So I'm going to use something called a boning tool, but you can just use the back of the ruler, the back of a pen, anything. Just be careful you don't catch your cardboard, that's all. And then we're going to make some pages. So I'm just going to take a few off this sketch pad. How many pages is up to you. Now I'm going to tell you, when you've seen this, I use 10 pages. You can use more, but if you're going to use a lot more, you might want to make your notebook a little bit differently, and I'll explain about that towards the end of the video. Don't make your pages as wide as the notebook because they'll stick out. So what I recommend is that you make them 1/2 inch narrower. So where this cover was 8 1/4 inches, I'm making my pages 7 3/4. So I'm just going to mark the whole page at that width. And then when it comes to the height of your pages, I'm going to do the same thing. So for mine being 5 inches high, I'm going to make my pages 4 1/2 inches high. So what matters is that you're 1/2 inch less than the cover. And this should make them sit nicely, and you're not going to have any worries about your pages sticking out and getting damaged. So once you've marked it up, if you've got a rotary cutter, that's ideal. If you haven't, just cut them out with scissors. And what I would say is, I didn't, but I'd recommend just clipping them together with a bulldog clip or a paper clip or something like that, just to keep them steady. Because whilst you're cutting, they tend to wander a bit if you're cutting more than one at a time. And then they can end up slightly different. So it's do as I say, not as I do in this little instance. I should have clipped them together. And just repeat for as many as you want. Then we're going to mark up to make our actual notebook. So on the cover, along that fold in the middle, you want to mark the centre. Just with a little pencil dot is fine. And then 1 inch either side of it. So you're going to end up with 3 little dots. And then you're going to repeat that on the pages. Now I've not folded mine yet. Far too many to fold in one go. It just doesn't work very well. So I recommend you do a few pages at a time. Fold them in half. Make a crisp fold. Do the same with the others. And then you're going to mark the centre. Now I would only mark one page. You don't need to mark them all. You'll be there forever. So you're just going to get one page, put your ruler back on, make sure you're on that centre fold, Mark the centre, so you're looking how tall it was, mark the centre, and then 1 inch either side. And all that matters here is you're making sure you stay on that fold. And then we need to make the holes. Now, some people will say use a fancy tool here. You can do if you've got one, but if not, just use the needle that you're going to sew with. So it should be a nice, quite a wide, fat needle with a big eye, but it does need a sharp point. And you're just going to pierce it through the cover, through those 3 holes. Now, be careful, don't stab yourself, be incredibly careful. You could put your cover against a foam block so that you're pushing it into that and you cannot catch your fingers. What I recommend is that you make sure the needle goes all the way through. And when it comes to the pages, just do a few at a time. Otherwise, you can get in a bit of a pickle and they wander around. And again, ideal if you clip them together to do this. So once you've got all your holes, it's time to sew. So get yourself a length of your chosen thread. Just a normal sewing length will do. Maybe a foot and a half, that sort of length will be plenty. And thread up your needle. And then we're going to sew, but don't panic. It's something called a pamphlet stitch, and it is really, really easy. Anyone can do this. So we're going to take the thread and we're going to go in through the centre hole. So we've lined up our cover and our pages. And sometimes you've got to wiggle it a little bit to get it through, especially the first one, if things aren't lined up quite right. And then through the cover. And then back through one of the other holes that you made. Doesn't matter which one. Just make sure you come back through the cover and through the pages. If you have a bit of trouble, just separate them and take your time to get it through. If you're enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up so it spreads to more people, and then everyone can make their own little pocket notebooks, whatever they use them for. I'd love to hear in the comments below what you use your notebook for. My most recent one went on holiday. Put my key information in it and then recorded what we did on holiday. It was lovely. It was really nice to write rather than just use your phone. So, once you've got that back through, and you can see I had a little bit of trouble, we're going to take it back down through the pages, through the other hole that we haven't used yet. Bit of wiggling. And don't worry if you have to do this, it's perfectly normal. And then you keep pulling it tight. We're keeping it nice and tight and nice and tidy. And then the needle's coming back up through the centre hole, but make sure it comes the other side of your stitch so that you're going to tie your tails off over that stitch. And then just tie them together. Just use a reef knot, a granny knot, you know, just any knot you like, just so it knots them together. And then cut the ends off, but I recommend leaving some end. And then one little option you've got now you've completed your book is you could clip the corners, so it's got nice rounded corners. You could decorate your notebook. Whatever you do, enjoy your notebook. And if you fancy making an art journal, please click on the video on the screen now and enjoy.